Hello everyone, this is Mukundan Raghavan, and in this video we are going to see one of the note-taking app. So far, we have multiple note-taking apps in market such as OneNote, Evernote, Keep, Notion, and so on. But I am really impressed by the Obsidian in different ways because it gives simple and powerful note-taking application. Before understanding Obsidian, let's try to understand why do we go for note-taking with Obsidian. And it is kind of building a second brain. Let me explain one by one. Nowadays, we can have multiple data sources. Basically, we will have the data overload. Whenever you want to learn something, whenever you try to give some idea, whenever you want to draft something, you will be loaded with a lot of information. And also, it's very difficult to analyze when you have multiple sources. And second reason, we need to have something offline. Even though online sources can be helpful in most of the times, but when you want to ideate something, when you want to draft something, you should be offline so that you can have the undistracted focus. Then obviously we need some tool which does not look for sign up. And also when you have online sources, again you need to sync, again you are dependent on the internet. And also it has to be a simple format. For example, Obsidian will have the simple markdown format, which means even with simple notepad, you can open and read, even though this application is not available for some time. And so far, we have seen only about note taking. Anybody can take the notes, anybody can have a bulk information, but actual wisdom comes when you start linking with each other. How each data points, how each information will be connected with other. So that's where the backlinking is the very interesting factor in Obsidian. And also, even we will not understand how some information will be connected with others. And also, seeing as a individual notes or a text format, you will not have any idea. But in Obsidian, you will have the graph view, which means that you can see your information like a brain. And also, we have plenty of community plugins. Based on our need, we can use it. And another very interesting point is Web Clipper. You will go to the different websites. You feel like some information can be used in your knowledge base. So in that case, you can use the Web Clipper Chrome extension. And finally, even we have the export PDF functionality. If you want to share in a simple format, you can use the export PDF. So let's go to the official website and try to understand more. Here simple, you will go to the obsidian.md and you will be downloading based on your OS. And also you will have the mobile application. And you can read through all these definitions, why it is so special, mainly without any limits, because your data will be stored in local. Your data is not in online, as we discussed. So that means that you are the owner for your own data. And also you can see, you can make the different links. We will have the quick demo after some time. And also you can have the graph view that we discussed. And even sometime you can create the canvas. If you want to research something, you want to include some diagrams, then you will have all these possibilities in the canvas. And yes, as we discussed, we can have the different plugins. Even these plugins will enable you to include AI into this. However, I will feel whenever you have the simple UI and offline mode of note taking, that gives more space for you rather including multiple tools and multiple plugins. And again, if you go to the pricing tab, you can see, as we discussed, free without any limits, no sign up. However, you will have multiple options in future. Maybe you want to publish your learnings to others, or you want to sync your Obsidian notes with the different devices. Then you may opt for the sync and publish. Downloading will be very easy. You click on the download and you will download for Windows, and it is a straightforward installation. After installation, you will be just look for the Obsidian and you will have the app and you can simply open like that. As soon as you open on your left hand side, you can have the note making options. For example, new node, adding the folders and so on, simple as it is. On your right hand side, you can have the headings, whatever you have created, and links. So let's start something from the scratch. I create it, and maybe I just want to give demo on Obsidian. Now, on the flow of ideas, I might write anything, but if I feel like that specific topic has to be revisited after some time, let's say Obsidian, then you will use the square brackets. Then you can see all the existing nodes. For example, I can use the markdown cheat sheet. So like this, you can use the existing nodes as a link, or let's say installing web clipper. Let's say I want to know how to install this. Then just I will make square brackets. That's all. Now I will continue writing my nodes. However, once I click on this, it will create nodes so that you can start adding in later part. When you try to draft something, your ideas will flow. So in that time, you don't need to go to the subtopics. However, if you create like kind of this, then you can take it later. Now let's go to the web clipper. For example, we want to understand the markdown gate, and I went to the official website. I want to use this as my knowledge. Then click on the web clipper, add to Obsidian. Now here you can see markdown gate. So everything has been added. And now let's say I can use anywhere. Again, I'm using the square brackets. Now markdown clippings. Like this, I can add different nodes as we write. And also I can create links as I write. After this, you can see the graph view here. So you can go and you can see the different linking between the different topics. For example, web clipper, it's related to the markdown gate. And when you think about the building second brain, it is related to the markdown cheat sheet, and that is related to the demo on Obsidian. In the long term, we will have the different nodes and the different knowledge bases. And whenever you want to understand how is your understanding and how things are connected with each other, you can use this. I feel this is the simple note-taking app, and mainly it creates a wisdom by connecting dots. And this is all about this video. And always be a rainbow in others' cloud.